Welcome to the Pump and Dump channel. Today doing a video update on CNX Resources. Basically I'm going to talk about Friday and today, two very interesting days to be honest. I did not foresee what happened on Friday, and today was kind of confirmation that what happened on Friday was not, was not sound buying. So before we get into CNX Resources though, I'll talk about the natural gas price, very important to look at. So we kind of, I think it was on Wednesday, yeah, Wednesday here, and this green candlestick here, we kind of got to this resistance line that we had like 6 months ago. We bounced off this 290 level. Thursday, well this is actually Wednesday I think, the 6th. So yeah, on Tuesday then we bounced off it. On Wednesday, it was a weekday. I decided at that point in time it was probably the prudent thing to start selling some of the position. I had like 1,000 shares or something like that. And on Thursday we broke below this trend line, this very steep trend line that kind of started down here and just like comes up here. And when I saw that, I did a trade that day, bought some, sold some, but I came to the conclusion that I should be selling more. And on Friday, the confirmation of this weakness here, this candlestick was very weak. It didn't take out the previous high, it didn't go break below the previous low, but it was it was a weak candlestick, and based upon that we see that today we have this very strong move down in natural gas prices. And the key thing of course to note is that CNX Resources, since they produce mostly natural gas, their valuation comes directly from how the natural gas price moves, as well as how they progress with their hedge book and with the developing their asset base. But getting back to the stock, Wednesday and Thursday were weekdays. I bought some and I sold some. Oh, I bought some and I sold a lot, let's say. And then on Friday, it was very important to look at what happened on Friday. It kind of, we closed I think around $9 on Thursday, and on Friday, based upon my model, I came out with a fair value, at which I would be willing to buy, accounting for the discount that I require to build my position to the max. I came out with a price of about 858, and it didn't go down that far. It went down to like 870, and then it just ran up. And as it ran up, I thought to myself it was the right time to sell. So I sold some here. I sold some up here and up here, and I sold some more. I can just show the trades instead of talking about what I did and giving these vague statements. So I'll just show what I did. Yeah, let's take here. So from Wednesday the 6th, I bought 100 shares here. I had planned to buy two, but I because I was buying other things too, I kind of messed up and confused 100 for 200 based on the positions of the different stocks, and I ended up buying 100, and that was not good. So I sold end up here, and then as I started seeing the weakness in natural gas, I sold more. And on Thursday here, you can see I started selling more. These two are actually combined. It's just how they account for it, because it's two different counterparties, I presume. That was kind of Thursday lightening up, and then Friday, when I saw the confirmation that my valuation was much lower than the stock had closed, and it went down to 870, like I mentioned here, and then it rebounded. I started to sell. I was looking to buy at 858, but it didn't go there. It went the opposite direction, and I don't remember who said it, but probably a lot of people have said it. But when you think the market should be going one way, but it's going the other way, you need to sell into the strength and just take the money. So of course I sold here, and then as it went higher, I sold some more up here. Got down to 300 shares, and then I sold some more here, and then when we were up here, I sold another 100, kept 100 just in case something would happen. And I'm not going to lie, when I when the stock price came down here to 860 or 896 or 891 actually. I think it bottom before running up. I was feeling confident it would roll over, but instead it just kept going up, and I got a bit mad about it. Like, what are these idiots doing? I was asking myself, and then I was getting some doubt about myself, thinking like, what if I'm wrong and they are right? And that's something that a lot of people probably struggle with when they're selling into strength as it's going up. They think about what if I'm wrong and they are right. But anyway, key thing is today the stock just absolutely melted, down about 9%. I had established a buying range again before the market opened. I started doing this not so long ago, but I start calculating at levels at which I want to buy and which I want to sell. And of course, when it's trading way above those levels, I take the one that I want to sell at to buy it back, and then I want to like build a position as it goes lower and lower. So I had a fair value between something in the low eights, and it's probably 817 and 858. So I kind of was hoping to get some at 858, and I bought some. I can show that too. I bought some at 867 because I didn't want to miss out rebuilding the position, just nibbling and taking little bits, and then I bought some more here at 858 like I planned. So after doing that, of course it went a bit lower, but who knows how low it will go. I looked again at the valuation, and actually based upon how I measure where I want to buy and want to sell, it probably I should have waited and been looking to buy lower, but you never know what the natural gas price will do next day. It might be up, and if it's up, then the stock just it goes back up to, let's say, 890, and then you don't have anything to buy to sell into the strength. So we'll see what happens. The key thing is that taking my position down to 100 shares is what saved me when the market was being irrational, was not respecting the natural gas price. And as a consequence of that, I managed to preserve most of my gains I have in CNX Resources. You can see my current position, 300 shares. The loss on the day, 97 euros. Wow, okay, down down 9%, just about. Key thing is, if I had maintained my full position, I would have built up here 400, maybe 400 euros, let's say, or 300 euros more, and then I would have lost, I don't know, like 800, 900 today. So having not just been long and strong and actually managing my position to reflect how the natural gas price is moving versus the stock, it kind of saved me when, let's say, the margin clerk came into town and decided that the people who had too much leverage would have to sell. And I don't know. I mean, who knows why stocks go up this way when they should be going down, and then the next day they go absolutely into the toilet. So hoping tomorrow to get in at about under 820. I would hope to rebuild the position. Of course, depends on how the natural gas price moves. I might build it slowly if it's going down. Really, I kind of rebuild the position slowly to 1,000 shares or something like that. And if the natural gas price is strong and looking strong, and it kind of holds this moving average, or it looks like on the RSI or some other indicators, something tells me that I'm feeling confident taking a bigger stake in in the low eights. I'll buy more, but if it's showing weakness, I'll just buy a smaller position and then just accumulate over time to get back to the kind of position I want to maintain. So with that said, just remember, this is not financial advice or recommendations for you to buy or not to buy this stock. Just bear in mind that based upon what happened on Friday, when it was a clear sell, based upon how the stock price was moving, I was not, I was not informing anyone or putting out any videos that could have helped anyone to be notified in a way that they could, follow track of what I'm doing. I'm not necessarily making always the best trades. I sometimes buy at the same level as I sell, based upon how the risk reward is looking. So this is kind of how it goes. Essentially, when you're just listening to someone on YouTube talking about a stock, you can put some faith into it, but if you're not like really aware of why he is buying it or she is buying it or why you should be buying it, then it often doesn't end well. And this is kind of a situation where, let's say you had bought, when I had been talking about it, when the natural gas price was low, and you had bought it, and you would have had this nice run up here. If you're not careful, you see this run down back down to, let's say down to here to 770 for whatever reason. I'll just pick this number, and then you'll be like gutted that you didn't take any profits because you didn't know whether it was a sell or not. So I guess that's all I have to say. Remember to leave your comments, questions, and opinions in the comments section. And if you like this kind of a content, don't forget to subscribe and have a good day.